that you were always a piece of shh. You're rubbing your dirt on everyone's skirt. You know how to be a ¿Dónde están tus modales que no aprendiste ni a saludar? Parece que hoy me gustas un poco más.
Okay.
Hola, ¿cómo tal? So nice to meet you. You said we should go and get a room. No.
Hello, my name is Ankita Nandi and I welcome you to my YouTube channel. So today we're going to talk about, okay, let me catch my breath first. Okay, are you ready? Are we ready? Are you freaking ready or what? 1, 2, 3. Okay, so today we are going to talk about a very important topic. In my last few videos, I have talked about how to find 500 to 1,000 leads per day for your business, and then I have also talked about how can you leverage competitors' audience, how can you actually automate the whole process of finding leads to leveraging competitors' audience. But here comes the but. So I have a group called Saspreneurs. It's for entrepreneurs business owners who actually are using SaaS software for their business or automation to build and grow their business. So I have this group and I ask this question when someone actually wants to join my group. Besides asking them for their email, I also ask this question like, what is their biggest struggle when it comes to organic marketing? And most of the people answer like there are lots of answers like getting leads and then talking to the leads, like following up with the leads, then posting content and like blah blah blah. There are thousands different struggles that I see whenever I get these answers whenever someone wants to join my group. So I decided to do a video on one of the topic and one of the struggles that people actually face, mostly online business owners and entrepreneurs. They face this challenge, they face this struggle. Even I have faced it in my business as well. So today I wanted to talk about it, okay? So what is that? Okay, this is the biggest question. What do I do with the leads? Okay, now you got leads. You got people that you want to sell your product or sell your service, but that doesn't just come at the beginning, okay? You cannot just sell your product or sell your service just after getting the lead. You have to do something. And so the question comes, like $1 million question or maybe $1 billion question. Like, what do I do with the lead? Well, you don't talk to them. You ghost them. Yeah. You ghost them, you don't talk to them. Or maybe send them a message, hey, my name is stupid fucking shit and this is my business. I run this business, this is my product. Please please like my page, please join my group, please buy my product, okay? Maybe that's what you do. That's what you do with your lead when you get someone that you think might be interested in your product or in your service. Maybe you don't talk to them, you ghost them, or you send them a message about your product or service and request and beg them to buy, like, please buy my product, buy my service, please like my page, like my group, join my group. No, you don't do that. The first thing that you should be doing is building relationship. Just be yourself. Don't be like me, but be yourself and build relationship. What do I mean by that? Drum roll, please. Music. What do I mean by that? Talk to them. Try to truly understand them. Try to know what they are. How are they like? What are the things that they actually, dislike, or what are the pain points that they are actually having in their life or in their business. Way that you can have your prospect to be interested in you or your product or your service is by building relationship. And the way to build relationship with your prospect is by talking to them. When I say talking to them, I don't mean by talking gibberish. Okay, when I say talking to them, I mean by having meaningful conversation. Okay, so here is one example that I would actually give you. Is when I get someone to my list, or someone, let's say I have sent someone a friend request, and someone actually accepted my friend request, and they are on my list now, or maybe someone has sent me a friend request and I accepted that friend request. Either way, when I get someone on my list, like new lead that I am interested to know, or I know that I can help that person, what I do is I start a conversation with them. Like most of the internet marketers or other people will tell you that, oh yeah, obviously you start conversation, and that should be your first message about, oh, like this, like my name is this, I run this business, and I would like to know more about you and your business, and blah blah blah. Okay, the point is, this is so boring. Okay, this type of messages are so boring and so common that almost most of the other marketers, like most of the other online business owners, are sending the same type of message. My name is John, my name is this, and I run this business, I do affiliate marketing, blah blah blah. What about you? What do you do? What is your business about? I would like to know more about this and that. This is so common, guys. Like almost everyone is doing it. So how can you be different? How can you make sure that people actually open your, like people see your message and they see it and they they're like, get stuck. They get stuck. Yes, they get stuck. Like they see this message and they're like, oh, okay, that's something new. Something that actually makes them think. Something that prompts them to start thinking, and they actually start typing, because that's what your goal. Okay, that's the goal that you actually have in your mind, is to have them start, like have them first see the message and not like just scroll past, but actually see the message and then make them think, and then also make them start typing. Because when you do that, your job is done. Your first job is done. Okay, obviously you have several other jobs to do with that lead, not just having a conversation or not just starting a conversation. You still have to make a sale, or you still have to have that person give you more information about themselves. So that's not the only job that you have, but that's the first job, that have them start typing, have them reply back to you. Okay, reply back to you. So how do you do that? How can you be different? Come on, I need some answers. Do you know? If you don't know and you're still watching, then why don't you just like the video? Like, why haven't you liked my video yet? Or why haven't you even subscribed to my channel yet? Come on, please, just subscribe. Please give me some likes. You're watching it. I'm pretty sure you're liking this, right? How can you be different? Is by sending them a different type of message. Okay, so I'll give you an example. What do I do? So when someone sends me a friend request and I accept it, or when I send someone a friend request and they accept it, they become my lead. So what I do is I send them a message like this. Something will come on this screen, like something will come on this screen. Okay, so I send them a message like, hey, I obviously let them know, appreciate them for being on my list. That's the first thing that I do. And then the next, I kind of like ask them something which actually makes them think, or which makes them at least reply back to me. So something like this, like, hey, what do you think about afterlife? Because again, that's something everyone wants to talk about. Afterlife. What is afterlife? What happens when you die? Nobody knows. So that's something everybody wants to talk about. And that's one of the example. And the other question that I ask, some alien, you get an alien friend, right? You get to be friends with aliens. What would you do? What kind of conversation you will have? Or did you ever have an imaginary friend in your life, right? And these are the questions that is very, very rare. And when someone gets this type of question, they start thinking, because again, it's like something that you really would want to answer, because it's like, oh, okay, like it's kind of like makes you think, and that you want to answer, because okay, who wouldn't want to talk about afterlife? Who wouldn't want to talk about aliens or some imaginary friend? I actually have an imaginary friend that I talk to, like, I don't want to tell you guys like what do I talk about, okay? But I do have an imaginary friend that I talk to, and I kind of like have conversation, like adult conversation, okay? So anyways, so I actually ask this type of question, which makes them wonder, which makes them think, and which actually makes them reply back to me. And that's my first goal with that message. I want a reply from them, and when they reply back, then obviously I continue the conversation. Sometimes they ask me the same, like, hey, what do you do? And I answer what would I do, right? What would I do if I had some alien friend? What kind of conversation would I have? So what's the point of this? What happens next? Okay, you must be wondering that, okay, Ankita, yes, you are right. This type of question is very rare, and people would answer to you. But then what do you do next? How do you actually get to the point? How do you get to the point where you can ask question like, hey, what's your business about? Or, like, what are the pain points, or what are the struggles you are having in your business, blah, blah, blah. I know you are thinking that. So what happens next? So when I send them this type of question, it obviously opens up the opportunity for me to continue the conversation, which basically I have accomplished my first goal. So the next goal is to get to the point. So slowly I actually start kind of asking them like, hey, what are you doing right now in your business? And obviously I go to their profile and I check them out, like what are they doing on Facebook, okay? And I can easily, by going to their profile, like some profiles I will go and I will see nothing, like they're not really utilizing their profile for their business. So that's first thing that I observe, and that could be my selling point as well. Like some of the profiles that I go and I see that they are really optimized, like, hey, they have a good cover picture, they have a good bio, and all the content and what are they doing. So their profile actually speaks what are they doing and who are they, which should be the case if you are using Facebook for your organic marketing or for your for your business. It should be the case, like people should know about you and your business just by coming to your profile, okay? Now obviously with my first few questions, I actually kind of started crossing that barrier of still becoming a stranger, because now they are more open to me, because now they are talking about, hey, what do they do if they had an imaginary friend? What do they talk about? So these are some of the questions that when I was asking, which is helping the relationship to cross the barrier of being stranger to each other, okay? So that's what actually my goal was with those type of questions. So I'm still kind of new to them, right? So even if I ask that, hey, how are you doing in your business? They're not gonna just say the truth. Even if they're not doing great, they're not gonna tell me that, oh, I'm doing bad. Oh, it's not going good. How can I have their guard down and actually talk to me and actually share how is it going in their business, or how are they doing in their life? So obviously one of the way to do is by being more by sharing more stuff, right? So let's say I share something that has happened recently to me in my business or in my life, something emotional, story maybe, right? And when I do that, now they're also kind of they're also in that zone. They're also feeling me, and they're also like, hey, yeah, I mean, I can relate to it, right? And they start sharing their struggles. They start sharing their, how are they doing in their life in general, because I have shared something, I have shared a struggle, or I have shared something that, maybe not a struggle, just a story, just something inspired, just something that has inspired me recently, right? So something that actually kind of opens up another level of crossing that stranger barrier and becoming really friends, where they feel good, where they feel safe to talk to share stuff with you, okay? So that's your next goal when you are having conversation with your prospect or with your lead, because now I'm trying to figure out what are their real struggles are and how can I help them to cross, like to solve those struggles, and like how can my service or my product can help their business to grow, right? So that's my next point, like that's my next goal with that particular lead or the prospect. And obviously, so these are some of the ways that you can actually do it when you get a lead, like through just by having conversation. Okay, so when you don't make it about yourself and it's all about them, like you are actually letting them kind of like talk to you and like share their own stuff, like share their own thoughts and insights, that actually opens up the whole new level of opportunities that you can leverage. Okay, so that's the first goal with that first message. So obviously, when you get someone on your list, you should not just ghost them, and you should not just be like, oh, it's me, it's all about me. Don't do that, okay? That's not good, right? The other way, obviously, when someone is on your list and like you actually start building like relationship with them, like through your content, okay? Through the content that you are posting on your page, on your profile, on your channel, okay? So through that content, you can also kind of like reach out to your followers and fans or leads or prospects, because that's another way that can really touch their heart, and because they can relate to that. And when they can relate to it, obviously that again opens up another level of opportunity in front of you, which you can leverage as well. Okay, so those are the few tips and tricks and strategies that I follow. So I would like to know about what do you do? How do you build a relationship? What do you do with your prospect? So let me know in the comments, and until then, ta-da, bye-bye.